In light of what I'm about to share, are all these Uber Eats shop and deliver orders, are they better for Uber Eats or are they actually better for you, the driver? I'm going to answer that question because over the last couple months, I've seen so many offers as a customer. They're enticing customers to place shop and deliver orders, and they're giving them some huge discounts, 40%, 50%. And so the information that I'm going to share with you is going to help shape your idea of actually what's going on. And in this video, I'm going to give you the one tip, and this is something that people really aren't talking about. I'm going to share this with you so that you can take profitable orders. So let's get started. As a customer, I've noticed definitely over many weeks, if not 2 or 3 months, Uber Eats in my market is really pushing the shop and deliver orders. And this makes sense. Uber Eats is trying to get a cut of any business out there, from food delivery to shopping to rideshare, you name it. Uber's in the action. So if there's all this enticing advertising, what kind of customer is actually going to take them up on this? Because I would say regular customers, they're already familiar with the orders and they're going to place them or not based on their needs. But when Uber Eats is advertising and giving steep discounts, which customers are actually going to take these orders? Would you take them as a customer? I know I do food delivery just like you do, so I know the costs behind that. And I'm not easily enticed by a 40% discount. That's not on the whole order, it's just on a portion of it. So I would argue customers are either new or, I don't want to call them cheap, but they're taking advantage of a discount. So what does this mean? Are they going to tip you well? Are they going to tip you well? Now, Uber Eats is going to give a discount, and what I would suspect is many customers will feel kind towards the driver because they know they should tip for food delivery since it's a luxury service. But how much will they tip? I would argue customers will maybe they're going to tip a percentage of whatever discount they got. So normally they're not going to necessarily tip on top of that full price order. They wouldn't even do the shopping order. Instead, they're going to take that discount, maybe take a percentage of it and give it to you, the driver, as the tip. That way they're still getting a great deal and they feel good with themselves that they are tipping the driver. Do you think that these customers are going to be repeat customers? Or are they only going to do the shop and deliver orders when Uber Eats is giving such a great discount? So what I think is happening is I'm seeing this massive surge in orders, and they're from different customers, probably newer customers, but I don't see it lasting as a long-term viable solution. As you know, there's many other apps out there, and I'll get into that here just in a second. Please share in the comments right now, in your marketplace, have you noticed this increase in the shop and deliver orders, whether you take them or not? Have you noticed that? That'll be interesting to see, because here in Southern California, in the greater Los Angeles area, I've noticed quite a bit. So overall, on the other side of the equation, we have drivers. I've also been getting many weekly notifications how I lost out on a bonus, $30. And I looked into it closely because I was doing several orders, of course, profitably. And I thought, surely I'm going to get that $30 bonus. Just a little bit ago, I mentioned how other apps do things. So Instacart will give you a $5 bonus sometimes just for doing the order. No strings attached. But if you read the fine print of those emails from Uber Eats, it talks about near perfection. If you do 10 orders, 10 shopping orders, I don't think that's likely it's going to be perfection. So $30 for 10 orders, that's $3 per order. Instacart already has ranges of anywhere from $3 to $5 for any batch, whether you do a good job or not. So this gets into, is it good for Uber Eats or the driver? I think you need to understand that Uber Eats is out to make money and they want a cut of every transaction. So they're enticing the driver by sending these notifications about a $30 bonus. They're trying to get us excited to take any and every shopping and delivery order. And the reason for this is to get this business out there. They're advertising, but as drivers, if we're not taking the orders, then Uber Eats isn't going to look good. So they're not tricking us, but I would say they're manipulating drivers into trying to do more shopping and delivering orders in light of trying to get this $30 bonus. I would say we'll just say 2 to 3 weeks, every time I've missed out on that $30 bonus. Who's going to do 10 orders like that? That's actually quite a bit. So that leads right into, here's the one thing that you can do. First of all, you need to count on that the base pay needs to be worth it, because the customer, these new customers, they may not tip well. So that's all the money you're going to get. So if you take a shop and deliver order that's only one item, or if you take one that's 50 items, do you think the customer's going to tip more for that? No. I think you're going to do a lot more work for the higher count orders. So what you need to do is only take profitable orders and take low item count shop and deliver orders. That way you're in and out of the store. And keep in mind, like I've mentioned, these newer customers, they're probably giving you a tip out of the percentage of savings. I would say regular customers, yes, they will tip well because they already know about shop and deliver orders. So 2 parts to this tip. You need to take low item count offers, and you need to make sure that the pay is right up front, because you're most likely not going to get more money from a tip later. This means that Uber Eats need to pay a suitable base pay, and then the customer giving that little bit of a tip to make it worth it. You can go in and do an order really quick if it's 1 to 3 items, and the likelihood of problems is low. But if you accept every offer trying to get that $30 bonus, doing 10 near perfect orders, that's going to be really hard. And what's going to happen is they're probably going to give you these 20 or 30 or 40 item count offers. That's going to take you a long time. And here's where they get you. It's hard to guarantee that everything's in stock. Or even if it's there, what if it's produce and it looks moldy or nasty? You're also going to have to call a customer and get permission to change things, or just interact with them to let them know something's not there and would they like a substitute. This is going to slow you down. You probably could just do regular food delivery offers, 3 or 4 of them, and that would make up double whatever one of these huge batches would be. So that's the secret. Low item count, and make sure the pay right up front is worthwhile, because you're not probably going to get any more money. Now, if it works out that you can get low item count offers and you're getting many of them, yeah, go for it. I would say try to get that bonus, but don't be heartbroken if something goes wrong, because I think Uber Eats has stacked the deck against drivers to where it's really hard to have a perfect order. You'll increase your chances of making it perfect by low item count orders. So there's 2 things to consider in light of this. What are you going to do with this information? I recommend you heed it. Also, you can be on other apps, like I said, Instacart. From time to time, they will have bonuses, but they're far more achievable than they are on Uber Eats, in my opinion. Also, Instacart has a little bit higher base pay, and so that is an app designed for shopping orders. Uber Eats is just adding these on. So I already mentioned that probably there's a lot of newer customers excited by these advertised great deals. And so probably there's a lot of new drivers, and you may be one of those. And you get excited by the potential of a $30 bonus, all these seemingly high-paying offers. But what if you actually aren't picking profitable orders? Have you considered all the variables that go into doing food delivery, grocery shopping profitably? Again, I hinted at that Uber Eats, maybe these kind of orders are better for them and not necessarily for you. So how would you like to know exactly how to do profitable food delivery? And also, as a bonus, how would you like to know how to do it safely? I think you can see the value in this. You need to make money and you need to keep safe while you're out there doing it. So I've got great news. I've made a video teaching you how to do both of those things. So watch that next, and I'll see you there.